What is up, everyone? Welcome to the first stream for FIFA 22. I am brand new to this in the streaming world. I usually just make videos for YouTube, and they're going to be based on USMNT content. So thanks for joining along. I am really just doing this to practice, see how it goes. Let me get to the right screen first. That would help. There we go. Cool. All right, so I am going to be building my starting team for FIFA 22 today. Let's see what we can get on Footbin. So I've been looking at a few of the players as well. I have an idea of what I'm going to build. It's going to be a USMNT team, and I'm going to build an MLS team. So the web app comes out tomorrow, and then I have EA access for the 10-hour trial that also comes out tomorrow. So my plan is essentially to build these two teams. They should be relatively cheap. Not a ton of people are going to be using USA players and MLS players. And that should give me a really good starting point to get started going through divisions and some squad battles. My strategy is really just to play as much as possible with the 10 hours. So I can get some good coinage. Sorry, I have my other screen over here, so I'm going to try and make sure I see every chat. So, Anthony, yes, you already have the rest of your starting lineup besides goalkeeper. So let's look at the US team first and some of the players that have been rated, because I do have players that will definitely be in my team. People obviously like Christian Pulisic, probably Clint Dempsey. I think I'm going to have Clint in my team. Now, John Brooks is going to be an interesting one. I'm wondering what you guys think about this, because John Brooks is the highest rated center back for the US, but he has 59 pace only. So I'm a bit worried about that. I'm a somewhat competitive FIFA player. I can usually get between 16 to 20 wins with a bad team. Like if I played with the US team, I could probably get up to 20 wins in a weekend league. So this scares me a little bit. I actually think I might change him out for Aaron Long, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So let's start building this team. Maybe I'll leave keeper for last since you guys are still voting. 4 votes, and 3 of them are for Matt Turner. Matt Turner does have a gold card this year, so that makes the the decision a little bit easier. Let's see. All right. Play Christian Pulisic and Giovanni Reyna in the midfield, not as forwards. What formation am I playing? So I think what I'm going to try and do is get the team formation. I'm going to start in game with the best players on the field, and then in game I'm probably going to switch to a 5-3-2. That was one of the best formations last year, and it also fits how I might play with Serginho Dest and Anthony Robinson on the left. So let's put those 2 players in first. I know I'm going to play with Anthony Robinson. Has really good pace. I'll put a shadow on him or a sentinel maybe to add his defending and physical stats, and we'll see where we go from there. But Serginho Dest is the player on the right that I need to have. I think he has, let's see, which one will bring me to his... So I just want to make sure that he has 4-star skills. All right, cool. So Serginho Dest has 4-star, 4-star. He'd probably be even good, like anywhere on the field other than center back and striker, he'll be good. But yeah, if we play a wide formation, so even if I start with a 4-3-3, if I play a wider formation like a 5-3-2 and get my wing backs up the wing, Serginho Dest with the 4-star skills and 4-star weak foot will be really good. So my midfield as well, like I pretty much know that I'm going to use Tyler Adams. I'm going to use Weston McKennie. And I want to stop to talk about these players as well, because Tyler Adams, his overall is 77, right? But he's actually a really good card, super well balanced, and I'm pretty happy. Like, other than the shooting, obviously 48 isn't good, but 70 pass, 73 dribble, 74 defense, 75 physical. That looks cool too. 73, 74, 75. All of those are going to make a huge difference when he's playing in the middle of the park. And stamina 86, like, he's going to be running all game. I'm glad they gave him an engine. And he'll probably be my anchor, so yeah, I mean, bumps him up to a 79 center defensive mid. I'm not too worried about the overalls right now, but yeah, Tyler Adams is looking like a really good card. And then Weston McKennie as well. Just super balanced. Has 70s in every single category. I mean, honestly, his stats are... Look at all this green. He's like the baby Goretzka. If you haven't seen Goretzka on Bayern yet, his stats are all above 80, so he's already in the Hulit gang. But I mean, yeah, let's see. What would we put on him? Maybe like a Deadeye, pass and shot. Yeah, so 82 center mid. We boosted his passing and dribbling, 81 center mid. So even though McKennie is a 77, Tyler Adams is a 77, I actually think these are really good cards. So what do you guys think? What are your starter teams going to be? You can drop them in the chat and I'll take a look at them. So Anthony, you have a target, or you have a recommendation for the target board if you're going to play with this formation. Okay, DK or Pepe. So I think Pepe is rated a 64, so I'm probably not going to go with him. Maybe coming off the bench just for the lulz and to appreciate my US players. DK, I think, got a 68. So let's see what... Daryl DK. Is he in here yet? What the heck? Okay, he might not be in the database yet, but I did see... If you guys haven't checked out like his Instagram or Twitter, he put out a video where he got his card and he has like 69 pace and some bad shooting stats. So let's talk about striker. So Timothy Weah is who I want to use, I think. So Clint Dempsey is probably going to be here, but he might be expensive to start because he's going to be the highest rated American. So Timothy Weah might be good. Hey GarageBand. So I'm not playing FIFA just yet on the Xbox. I'm making my team with Footbin because all of the ratings have been out. But tomorrow the web app comes out, so you can start building your team for real. And the game comes out as well at, I think, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I will be playing it tomorrow with this team. Right now I'm just building what I think I want my starter team to be, so that tomorrow when I actually get the game, I can hit the ground running and know exactly who I'm buying for these teams. So if you guys have any starter teams that you guys are using, definitely let me know that. And it looks like, ooh, interesting. The poll for Turner versus Zach Steffen is heating up, a 50-50 now. No votes for Horvath, so we'll get to that. So, okay, Timothy Weah is who I want to use. High medium work rates, 87 pace, but I think he has a 3-star weak foot, which isn't great for a striker. Also only 3-star skills. So if he had 4-star skills, maybe I'd definitely use him. If he had 4-star weak foot, I would absolutely be using him. But I'm about to type a name that everyone is going to hate. That is Giassi Zardes. Now, his stats are pretty good for a striker, 85 pace, 71 shot. And let's take a look, because he has an all-important stat for strikers in FIFA. He has a 5-star weak foot. So I honestly might start the game with Giassi Zardes. It's going to be a meme probably, but let's see. 78 striker with a Deadeye. So GarageBand, is FIFA on Xbox today? So like I said, the game fully comes out tomorrow for anyone that has EA access. So if you do see anyone playing right now, they're usually an EA influencer. I forgot what they were called, but essentially they get the game before all of us, which is kind of unfair, but that's the world we have to live in. So, all right, Jonathan Walker, are FIFA 22 stats out for career mode? Usually at the very beginning of the game, these stats for Ultimate Team are the exact stats that the players will have for career mode. And then as the year goes on, sometimes the career mode players get a boost in stats or get stats taken away. So you can usually pinpoint, at least for starting a career mode this year, where these players will be by looking at these stats. But I think FootWiz has kind of more up-to-date career mode stats, but you can usually use these starting Ultimate Team stats. Kevin, you said, been following your USMNT content, saw your streaming and knew I had to check in. I'm going full USMNT for the first week. Weah is actually not a terrible option up top. Yeah, so that's actually what I'm thinking, Kevin. I'm wondering what you have to say on this. So Timothy Weah has higher pace, and let's see, can we compare them? I think we can. All right, so we are going to compare Timothy Weah with Gyasi Zardes. Come on. And the big thing for me, Kevin, is that Gyasi Zardes has 5-star weak foot, which is super important in Ultimate Team. Web app is offline. Yeah, so they said that the web app is coming out tomorrow, but last year they made an announcement that the web app was coming out a certain day and then actually released it the day before. So there's a chance, just based on last year, that the web app might be out today. Yeah, Zardes is not a bad option either. I want to use Timothy Weah because I like Timothy Weah way more in real life, and that's probably going to win out. I'm probably going to use Timothy Weah. But honestly, Gyasi Zardes looks pretty good in game. His sprint speed, shooting stats, like all of them look pretty good. And then add to that the 5-star weak foot. That's actually like a pretty good setup. So yeah, let me keep going. Do the foot stats expand out on the base, beyond the base 6? So yeah, Jonathan, if you go to this website, footbin.com, and you check out these players, you can actually see all of these stats other than the base 6. So you have to go search for that specific player and make sure that you're looking at the stats that actually go into making the base stats. All right, so I'm going to keep Gyasi there for now. Obviously, Clint Dempsey is coming into the game as a hero card, but I'm just worried that he's going to be way too expensive at the very beginning of the game, but he will definitely be in the team to go. All right, so yeah, obviously Rana is going to be my other center mid, and let's go with the 4-3-3-4. So what this is an attacking 4-3-3 where you have a cam that sits under the striker. I think Giovanni Reyna is perfect for this. Holy shit, guys. So I just noticed that I'm chatting without sharing my screen. Why didn't anyone tell me? Jeez. Okay, well, that is the mistake of a first-time streamer, which is me. Sorry about that. Someone should have told me. Damn. Okay. We're going to come back from that. Hopefully now everyone can see my screen and they can see me. Wow. I'm surprised all of you guys stayed to just watch me looking at a screen. And I don't know why there's 9 people watching me look at a screen now. But so yeah, I am on footbin.com. I'm making my starting squad, and here they are right now in the flesh. This is what it looks like. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. My bad. So yeah, I've been building this team this whole time while I've been talking, and you guys have just been watching a camera of me looking at my screen. All right, so just to recap, Serginho Dest as a right back, Anthony Robinson as a left back, Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie as central midfielders, Gio Reyna as a cam, and I think I'm going to start with Gyasi Zardes up top as my striker. So obviously Christian Pulisic is going to be the highest rated non-hero card for the US. 82 rated, looks like a really nice card. Has 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, and he'll be great coming in and cutting in from the left. But I was actually surprised. I was thinking they might give him a 5-star weak foot. He has had some really nice goals in the Prem over the last year. Especially I'm thinking about the 2 goals against Crystal Palace where he just booted it in with so much power with his left. Mark says Zardes. Yeah, man, Zardes, again, he has 5 stars weak foot, which is super important at the higher end of the skill level. All right, so thoughts, should Christian be benched? All right, let's talk a little bit about the USMNT. I love these questions. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about USMNT or World Soccer, ask that in the chat. I'm happy to talk about it. So should Christian be benched and should it be considered? I'll take those 2 first. I don't think he should be benched yet. I think the consideration is maybe there, but at the same time with our other injuries, like Timothy Weah is still coming back from injury. Gio Reyna might not make it into the World Cup qualifiers with his injury. Pulisic is still the best and most important player for our team. But I think when he's on the field, there's almost this effect of someone like Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi, where our team is just trying to feed him the ball as much as possible, and then just letting him do hero ball, just letting him do way too much. And for me, that's an issue. For me, that's a problem. You could even see, like in the Honduras game, I think, when he came out, we scored 3 goals after he came out of the game because we were just playing much more as a team. So I do think if Brendan Aronson continues his rise in form, if Conrad de la Fuente continues, if Timothy Weah, Matthew Hoppe is another person, Nicolas Giacchini even had an assist in his Montpellier second game in Ligue 1. So yeah, I think that it's not a consideration yet, but if it continues to be an issue where we're just feeding him the ball and the rest of the team is just not doing anything else, just letting Pulisic do everything, then yeah, that's an issue and I think we should consider it. But yeah, for me at this point, Christian Pulisic is still the best and most important player. Sargent has been more productive in terms of assists and goals in most recent times, and people want him out of the 11. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge believer still in Josh Sargent, although at the same time, I think for international games, you go with players with the hot hand, at least at the striker position. Like for strikers, you need players that are scoring goals. And as good as Josh played, even for Norwich over the weekend, as good as he played, he didn't get on the score sheet. So for my strikers, yes, I still think Sargent is at the top of the depth chart for me. But yeah, I mean, I can see why people want him out of the 11, and then especially with Pepe coming in, having a hand in all 4 goals that we scored in Honduras, there's always going to be people that are just jumping on the hype train. Javier, who is at the hospital, I hope everything's all right, buddy. Just finished listening to the pod. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, guys. If you don't know, so the channel is FIFA America. That's me. I do tactical breakdowns and talk about the USMNT. And I also co-host a podcast called Yanks Go Talking with Tom, who is a super nerd, aspiring astrophysicist, and Deutsche Yank Ryan, who is an Americans Abroad expert living in Germany. So if you guys want an additional podcast to listen to, you can watch that on the channel or wherever you get your podcasts, called Yanks Go Talking. James Martinez, maybe that's James Martinez, take Turner in goal just to see how it plays out. So yeah, let's put Turner in here first. 75 rated. I'm very happy that he got a gold card, honestly. He's 6'3". Zach Steffen is also 6'3". We'll see how they play out. Mark says, if we're considering benching Pulisic, is there anyone on the team that's a lock as an undroppable starter? I think at this point, Tyler Adams is the only undroppable player. And that is crazy to me to think about, just because going into the last World Cup qualifying window, someone like Weston McKennie, someone like Christian Pulisic, someone even like Serginho Dest, would be considered a lock. I also think if Miles Robinson is healthy, he's a lock more than John Brooks is, which again, if you think about their club success and what they're doing in terms of where they are in their career, in their league, then it's insane to think that someone like Miles Robinson is above John Brooks in the depth chart, but it is happening. So I think, yeah, if they're healthy, then Tyler Adams and Miles Robinson are the two locks for me right now. Is the web app out today? So Daniel, the web app is supposed to come out tomorrow, but last year the web app came out a day before they said they would release it. So I'm actually really hoping that the web app comes out today, because the full game for anyone that has EA access is actually coming out tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. So I want to have a chance to make my team on the web app before I play. So if you guys don't know, like, you get 10 hours with EA access. It's much better to build your team on the web app and only use your time with those 10 hours actually playing the game. All right. Stick on Top said America should considering hosting the confederations perennially as a means of gaining valuable competitive international experience. So that would be great. I think there's a lot of tournaments right now that need to be reworked. I especially think the Gold Cup and the I don't know why I'm blanking on it, but the South American Championship, Copa America, those two could be combined, or at least combined every other. And I'm a huge proponent of sticking to 4 years every World Cup. Please don't change it to every 2. But yeah, I think the American team really just needs experience at this point. If we take Zardes out, right, and we put in, for instance, let's put in Josh Sargent, right? Everyone on this page, other than Matt Turner, is 23 years or younger, or 24 years and younger. They really just need experience at this point. Gio Reyna is undroppable, I agree. But we'll see if he's healthy. We'll see if he's healthy. All right, so Giassi Zardes back in. Okay, so here's where I want some more feedback from you guys, because I'm going to be using Miles Robinson and Aaron Long to start. And I'll go into why I want Aaron Long to start. So let's get out of some of these. Yeah, everyone, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. The fact that we have, 14 people watching. It's the middle of the day. Maybe it's your lunchtime. I hope you're having a great day, guys. But just thank you so much for joining me right now. Talking some USMNT, talking MLS. I'm so excited for the World Cup qualifiers that are about to come up. And if you're looking for more tactical breakdowns as well, I have a video out right now that's to patrons and YouTube members only, so you can see videos like that early. But it's actually coming out tonight. It'll drop at, I think it'll be 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's about what Thomas Tuchel did for Chelsea over the weekend at Spurs, when he just blew up his entire plan at halftime and made some really critical substitutions, and what Greg can learn from that, because he did do something similar in the Honduras game, but he hasn't really shown himself to be super flexible. So if you guys want to see more tactical breakdowns like that, you can see a new video out tonight, or you can see it early if you sign up for Patreon or a YouTube membership. But I am going to be streaming a lot of FIFA over the next few days. I have a day off work set for tomorrow when the 10 hours comes out, and when the web app comes out, I'll be just showing you guys everything about growing my team, starting the game, and beating people with God tier teams with these USMNT players. You're taking your 6-year-old son to see USMNT versus Jamaica on the 7th. That's awesome. That's going to be such a fun game to go to. I hope the atmosphere is ridiculous. And I have no doubt the US is going to take home 3 points against Jamaica. So let's compare Aaron Long to John Brooks, because I do want Miles Robinson in my starting 11. I love him as a player. I don't care if he's a silver card. I'm just going to take him. So Dylan, the web app is supposed to come out tomorrow at some point. We haven't had any news on the specific timing, but we do know that the game itself is supposed to come out at 1 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be 6 p.m. UK time for me. Yeah, actually, that's a good point, Mr. Karma Face. I'm going to put Chris Richards up here as well. He looks like a really solid silver card. Brooks did get a serious downgrade. It's a huge bummer. Like, he was one of the... Okay, he was a locked-on starter for Wolfsburg last year, and Wolfsburg had the best defense in the Bundesliga, and he gets a 78 rated card with 59 pace. Like, it's absolutely maddening for any USMNT players. They did Anthony Robinson dirty with his rating. Yeah, I mean, he was one of the better left backs in the Prem last season, but can you really give a gold card to a player that's in the championship and hasn't really proven himself consistently? Like, I do agree he played better than his rating, but I get where EA is coming from. Whereas, like, it doesn't really make sense for me how John Brooks got such a poor card, even when he was such an important piece of a really great defense. Christian Roldan's strengths and weaknesses as a player. I love that question, Javier, because they put him as a center defensive mid in FIFA. I'll talk about him as a player, but I actually think his work rate is excellent. It actually in real life, like, he's a shot of energy for the team. He's a great substitute for the USMNT, and he's had a pretty good year for Seattle Sounders, even with the position change. I think he's playing more as an attacking midfielder for Seattle. All right, Robinson and Richards with Shadow. Should we actually do that? Let's see. So you guys think Richards and Miles Robinson with a shadow over, like, Aaron Long? Like, Aaron Long's card actually looks... Okay, Aaron Long with a shadow. I don't know how I can stop this. Aaron Long with a shadow is 90 pace, 83 defense, 83 physical. I mean, damn. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Yeah, he was a silver last year and they got relegated, so I understand where EA is coming from, but still pisses me off. All right. The US team in general just got no respect this year. They never do. I wasn't really expecting it, but damn if they didn't just destroy all of our ratings. All right, if the US draws with Jamaica, is that acceptable? No, it's not acceptable. And we need to be reaching for more of an expectation as a fan base. This has been talked about at length. Like, if you watch, I'm assuming if you watch me, you also watch 11 Yanks or Filippo at Tactical Manager, or Sam at Yank Report. Like, I'm kind of the lower the lower person on that totem pole right now. But they've talked about that at length. I've talked about that at length. We need to raise our expectations as a team. We're getting to the point where our talent is too good to expect a tie at home against a Jamaican team. Jamaica is good. They are also adding a ton of players that are... Why isn't, like, my ad block working? I wonder what Footbin is doing. But yeah, we should be beating Jamaica at home, and if we don't, that is a huge issue that we need to fix immediately. Brooks should be an 80. I completely agree. Even 81 or 82 would be more fair. Okay, so Miles Robinson. Let's see if Chris Richards has a real face if he has a scanned face, then I will use Chris Richards. I will. So let's search up. Oh, Aaron Long doesn't have a real face, so this might work in Chris Richards' favor. How many coins would I get by discarding packs with 3,000 FIFA points and I don't pack anything good? So, Lewis, they actually changed the amount of coins that you get from quick selling. But I think it was last year there was a specific amount that you could expect from gold packs. This year they changed it where like even Lacazette I saw was being quick sold for like 280 coins, but he's a rare gold, whereas last year that would have been 600. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not going to spend, by the way, guys, I'm not going to call it an RTG, a road to glory, but at the same time, I'm not going to be spending any money on FIFA points. It's all going to be starting doing SBCs, trading, all of that good stuff. I don't discredit anyone for buying FIFA points. But if you do buy FIFA points, by the way, do it at the very beginning of the game, because that's when you'll get the most bang for your buck. You can sell players for the most amount of coins based on how much money you purchased with the points. I think the current USMNT performances in World Cup qualifying might have dropped their FIFA rankings. So they definitely did, James, and we need to make sure that we're at least top 14 if we make the World Cup, because that will get us into pot 2. Or I guess top 13, because Qatar will get one as well. What formation do you use for USMNT? All right, so let's go back. I spent a lot of time not building this team, so let's put Chris Richards in there. Does he have a real face? I forgot to look. No, Chris Richards doesn't have a real face. That's okay. So who do you guys have as your right midfielder? So I'm going to put Yunus Musa, just because I love Yunus Musa. But I think someone like Tyler Boyd could also be here. Or you could play what you could also do. So if you don't want to play with Tyler Boyd or Yunus Musa, you could switch Pulisic to the right, play him off chem. So if you had an American manager like Jesse Marsh and you had Loyalty, he'd be on 7 chem. And then you could maybe play Conrad de la Fuente on the left. He was also shafted. I don't know why we got such bad ratings. All right. So what formation am I going to use? Let's talk about that a little bit. What I think I'm going to do, just to make it a bit more fun and not use everything meta, like I need to do something a bit different to make it just fun for me. I think what I'm going to do is try and emulate tactics of someone like Jesse Marsh or Pellegrino Matarazzo. Like I want to generate, try and reimagine tactics that American coaches are using. I'm even excited to use like to try and recreate Greg's tactics, maybe Jim Curtin's tactics, someone like that. So I think at the start, I am probably going to try to use something like, so a 4-3-3 with an attacking midfielder actually looks pretty good with the players that we have. I'm also thinking about playing a 5-3-2 and playing something like this, and then having instructions for Pulisic to drop deep as a false 9 and have... What's happening here? Yep, and having Anthony Robinson and Serginho Dest overlap. But we'll see. I think also a 4-1-4-1. Let's see. Where's that? So this is one of my favorite off-meta. One of my favorite off-meta formations, just because you can play a high press like this. And if you have players with really good, what's it called? Really good stamina, like a lot of these players do. Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams especially, Gyasi Zardes as well. They're going to run rampant if you play a high press in this formation. All right. My problem is the only right mid, right wing we have is Yunus Musa. Yeah, you can play Tyler Boyd or maybe switch the field and play Conrad de la Fuente. I think Brendan Aronson is actually a cam, in this game. So yeah, if you play Adams dropping between defenders, then you essentially play a 3-4-3 with these two players tucking in, playing forward. All right, Paul Arriola, let's see what's his rating. Okay. So yeah, I would say if you want to control a bit more, because I think Yunus Musa has some really good dribbling stats. Maybe not. Maybe he got shafted as well. Okay. So he's not great. 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Let's see. Arriola might be the best right midfielder. But 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot, that doesn't necessarily seem great. Actually, I do want to show you guys something hilarious, because I think Timothy Chandler is the highest rated right midfielder, right winger for the US in this game, which is just so ridiculous on so many fronts, but we'll see. Yep. So Timothy Chandler is the highest rated right midfielder for the US in this game. That is silly. Yeah, Tyler Boyd with 4-star weak foot, pretty good stats overall. He could definitely be the play there. One dark horse that I will forever love in FIFA is Emmanuel Sabi. 4-star, 91 pace, has good stats overall across the board. If you want just a great silver player to abuse pace, then Emmanuel Sabi is your man. Okay. So is the web app out? I don't think so just yet. Let's see. They did say it was coming out tomorrow, but last year, like I said before, last year they said it was coming out and then it actually came out the day before that. So I'm hoping it's coming out soon. All right. Doesn't look like the web app is out yet, but we're building our team. All right. So what do you guys think of this team? We'll see how this does. I think this is what I'm going to go with, although I might switch out Chris Richards for Aaron Long. And then we'll see what maybe Zach Steffen has to offer. McCarma face, I like Sargent on the right if he still has a 4-star weak foot. Let's see. Can I compare goalies? Yes. Okay, so yeah, Steffen has way more stats in almost every category. These are always weird and messed up for keepers. He also has 3-star weak foot, so if he's under pressure. But yeah, 83 reflexes to 76. I mean, that's a discredit to Matt Turner. Like they're both good shot stopping keepers. Positioning is Turner's advantage, but kicking, handling, and diving, and reflexes and speed. So, I mean, sorry guys, we're going to go with the votes here. Zach Steffen. All right. So, here is my USA team. Here is the USA team. All right, guys, if you want to, I would love to see your starter teams, whether they're USMNT or not. So if you guys do have them built in Footbin or anywhere else, just drop those links in the YouTube chat and I will check them out. I am going to take a quick intermission so that I can order food with my wife, and then I will be back to build an MLS starter team, and then we're going to wrap up there. So if you guys want to drop any of your questions for me about USMNT, about soccer in general, or about FIFA, let me know down below. But here is our USMNT starting squad. All right, and I will be right back. All right, we are back. Food is ordered. Chad, I was gonna ask what you meant by that. I'm assuming, so YouTube actually has this really great streaming feature where it's like DVR, you can pause and rewind at any point. So I'm assuming you were at the point where I wasn't showing you guys my screen, which was completely silly. But no worries there. Guys, if you can, I'd really appreciate hitting the like button on this video so more people can find this. And if you aren't subscribed but enjoy this type of content or just enjoy chatting about USMNT, definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel, as I'll have much more content coming out soon. All right, so let's build a new team and let's do an MLS team this time. If you guys have any questions about USMNT, soccer, anything you want to chat about, anything that's on your mind, let me know and we can do it. This is my first stream ever, So congratulations for being here. So I appreciate everyone that is here, and I'm trying to make it as nice as possible for all the viewers. And I really appreciate everyone that's chatting, sending questions. That's awesome. Awesome to see. Okay. We're going to start striker Joseph Martinez. I think he's the GOAT. The GOAT in MLS. And I can't see myself using any other striker. We might use a 4-4-2 here because there's some other good strikers in MLS. All right, GGG's strengths and weaknesses as a coach. Thanks for the question, Javier. So I think his strengths as a coach are in recruitment and player development and locker room environment. Now, that's all to say that those strengths don't necessarily translate to success on the field and the tactical aspect. If the Honduras game never happened, I would say that he really lacked the ability to solve problems in games. I still think he's bad at that, but at least he showed during that Honduras game that he could solve problems. And what you'll see, so if you watch my breakdown that's coming out tonight, something that I talk about is his, what should I say, his mental stability in taking John Brooks off in the Honduras game and to revert to a 4-3-3 where the players were more comfortable. So I think his weakness is still solving problems in game, and that worries me, although I saw him do a nice job in the Honduras game at least. Gotcha. Thanks, Chad. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's a small community, right? So if you're watching me, I have, I think, like 1,500 subscribers, which is still honestly like crazy to me. That we started this channel a few months ago. But yeah, if you've seen my videos, you've probably seen the others. If you haven't, thank you for choosing me. I appreciate that. All right, Caleb said, fun question. What US stadiums would you like to have on FIFA? I'd love to have the Cowboy Stadium in the game. That'd be awesome. I wonder why, because like the Cowboy Stadium has been used for international games before, and something like, what else? Maybe it was the San Diego Stadium or like NYCFC's stadium. The one that I want to see in game, I was really happy that they added Red Bull Arena last year, but I would love to see the stadium for the Philadelphia Union. I forget what it's called now. It was Subaru Park. It was Talon Energy. I'm actually not sure what it is yet, but if they could get that like set with the backdrop over the river and everything, that'd be amazing. I think, let's see, what are some of the other really unique stadiums? I really wish they had Matt Frey Stadium, the old Columbus Crew Stadium, in the game. But I think if maybe next year they have Austin FC's stadium, that'd be great. But yeah, credit to them. I think they have Vancouver, StubHub, which is the LA Galaxy one. They have Red Bull Arena now, and I think I'm forgetting one other. So they have a few. I would love if MLS could license the rest of the stadiums to them. But yeah, we'll see in the future. If any of the stadiums are used in Madden or in their other games, I don't see why they wouldn't use it there. All right, so let's see. I'm going to check. I haven't looked a ton into the MLS players. I was really focused on the USMNT players. So yeah, let's take a look here. Okay. Strikers and MLS. PPL Park. Nice. Maybe that's a question for everyone watching. What stadiums would you guys want to see in FIFA? Doesn't even have to be MLS. I love that they add every new Premier League team, but I think because they've been doing that for a few years, like they already had Norwich and everyone. Okay, so I will definitely be grinding for this Gustavo Bo. He's the level 30 achievement for season 1, I think. So you have to play a bit. Oh, Raul Rui Diaz. So that's going to be my other striker. Is it out in Australia? So this trick worked last year, Dybala. This trick worked last year where if you set your Xbox time to Australia, or like -12, whatever the earliest or the latest time was, you could actually play it early. But I think it's releasing all at once on Pacific time. So it's, I forget which, let's see. Yeah, we can check that later, but I think it's at 1 p.m. Eastern time that it's going to be releasing. Is DK going to be my MLS striker? I don't think they have him in the database yet, but I do know he is a 68 rated, so he'll probably be on my bench just to bring on. And let's see who it recommends. Luis Araujo. I would love to play with Carlos Yule just because he's been dominant in the MLS this year. But his card is so bad compared to how he actually plays. So, let's see. I think I'm going to choose Vela here. He's just too good. He's not super pacey, but I love Carlos Vela. Ooh. Okay, so Nani isn't pacey either, but he has 5-5, so 5-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot. I mean, I kind of have to just go with him, right? That's too good to pass up. I wonder, like, I could probably then play in game like a 4-2-2-2, 4-2-2-2, and have them as more center attacking mids so that their pace doesn't matter too much. But we'll start in the 4-4-2. Thoughts on the reports on Pepe to Bayern? So this is a really interesting transfer move. I think Bayern would not be tracking Pepe if they didn't believe he has the skill set and intangibles to become their starter at some point. But I always worry about a young player going to a place where he's not going to get playing time immediately. And I don't want this to turn into another like Matt Miazga situation. I know Chelsea has a loan army and it's just really difficult to get out of, but I worry about someone like Ricardo Pepi, who is a hot hand at striker. He needs repetitions. He needs to play. Same with Daryl Dike. Like I'd love for an American player to be sold somewhere for $20 million or $25 million. But if they're just going to that team so they don't play, I mean, what's the point from a perspective of a fan for the international team? So I want to see Pepe, if he does go to Bayern, I hope that they have like a pre-arrangement where he'll go on loan for 2 years to somewhere like Hoffenheim, maybe Frankfurt, maybe a lower tier Bundesliga team. Even Stuttgart could have an American coach there. So we'll see with that. All right, so we have Nani and Vela as our wingers. Let's see who we're going to play central. Yeah, Orlando City is completely screwing DK with the appraisal. If you guys haven't seen, they're asking for like $25 million for his sale. I mean, he's not going to be sold for that. No team in their right mind is going to buy him for that. Okay, I hate to do this, but Blaise Matuidi, his card is too good and too well-rounded to not use him, even though he's terrible in real life and doesn't deserve this rating. He's going in the MLS starter team. Let's see. I need another like box to box or maybe more defensive midfielder. I think Diego Chara, high work rates, 77 pace, 80 physical. I mean, that's looking pretty good. Montero from Union could also be good here. I'd also love to use Darlington Nagbe just for the US. But I think I'm gonna go with Diego Chara. Guys, who would you put in this position right here? I'm gonna put Chara, but let me know who you would pick. Jimmy and Yimmy, the brothers. Yo, what's up, Curtis? Thoughts on Pele's illness? What's up with Pele? I haven't read anything today. I've been working all day, just got out of meetings. I'm not putting Jackson Ewell in Chara's spot. Yeah, I mean, even if he was a good deep lying playmaker in this game, I'm going to be using a narrow formation in game for this. So let's set that up here. All right. So this is what it's going to look like in game, the 4-2-2-2. 4-2-2-2. Yes. It's always very difficult to say. I think at right back, I'm going to have to go with my Red Bull, with my boy Kyle Duncan. But let's see how these ratings turn out. Larea. Okay, Kyle Duncan, 91 pace, say no more, fam. He's going in the right back position. All right, left back now. Oh man, that sucks to hear. I really feel for anyone that is going through something like that, and especially Pele. He's such an icon. Damn. All right, I hope he makes through it, but the colon, I mean, I'm not a medical doctor. That doesn't sound good. And he's in his 70s or 80s now, so that'll be a tough recovery. Yeah. So his long passing is pretty good, probably. Yeah, Mr. Karma Face, I agree. Usually I do play with wide formations, but I don't know. You have no idea like what the meta for this year is going to be, if wide formations are going to be good, if like 5-3-2 really had an upcoming last year where you could play with like wingbacks pushing up really high. So we'll see. It could be that narrow formations are better this year. We just don't know yet. Yes. Prayers for Pele, everyone in the chat. So Andrew, hello. Hi. When is FIFA 22 coming out? So if you have EA access, it's coming out tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And you can play it for 10 hours. Or if you have it on PC, I think you can get it right away. Kamar Lawrence is looking like a snack right here. Another one of my RBNY boys, even though he's on Toronto now. We're going to have a reunion of this backline. So, all right. So if we play with Chris Richards in our USMNT team, then we're definitely playing with Aaron Long in our MLS team. And we could have an all RBNY backline, but let's see. All right, we're probably gonna have to go for a silver here. Center back, MLS. I wish they didn't do Walker Zimmerman dirty like this. 52 pace. I mean, that's silly. I hope this is still TM save music. All right, here we go. Cool. All right, Jesus Murillo looking pretty good. 79. Chris Mavinga, 81 pace. Does that say who's injured? I don't know who's injured, man. Who's injured? That's the most interesting spelling of injured I've ever seen. Chad, you said, are you giving eFootball or PES a try when it comes out, or do you stick exclusively to FIFA? Yes, I will be trying PES for sure. I would love FIFA to have a good competitor and for someone to just push them to make a better game. FIFA just has all the licenses right now, and it's good. Like, it's for someone who just loves soccer and wants to play soccer and think about soccer all the time, then FIFA is a great option to do that. But yeah, I wish from like a realism perspective that there was another game out there, and PES hasn't really caught my attention. I play some Football Manager as well, but there's nothing like controlling the players and playing the game. So I will give PES a try. We'll see how it is this year. They took a year off, so they did basically like a 2-year rework of the game. We'll see how it looks. Is Caden Clark on Leipzig in this game or still in MLS? So he hasn't actually moved to Leipzig yet. He's been sold and then loaned back to the Red Bulls. So he will start on the Red Bulls. I should say New York Red Bulls. Okay, so we're going to change this because I want to use different players. Miles Robinson is already locked into our USMNT team. So we're going to use Chris Mavinga here. Just has some nice pace. He'll be able to keep up with all the sweaters. All right, Dax is coming to visit. All right, and then who? So here's where we'll use Turner, or maybe Andre Blake. Andre Blake has been really good in game over the last few years, and he's 6'4", so he's an inch taller than Matt Turner. I might have to go with Andre Blake, guys. Matt Turner might not have a spot in the team. So yeah, this is looking nice. This is looking like the MLS team. All right, so we're going to lock this in. This is going to be the MLS team. Messi or Ronaldo, Curtis? Honestly, I'm a little partial to Ronaldo. Just his hard work, the ability to stay healthy for so long. Yeah, so I do love Messi as well. Like, to me, obviously the two of the best ever. There's always going to be competition to see who's better, but I'm honestly just happy that I saw both of them play for a decade or more, and I guarantee you one of them will be in the MLS at some point. But yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. So Mr. Karmaface, he said, what, you can sell someone then loan them back immediately? Yeah, so that is exactly what they've done with Caden. I wonder where he is. Okay. Caden. Okay, no results yet. So yeah, basically what Leipzig did is they bought Caden Clark, and then to ensure that he got playing time, loaned him back to the Red Bulls. So they basically locked in his contract, locked in him being a Leipzig player, and then loaned him back out to the New York Red Bulls. All right, Fairman, totes agree. Yeah, I mean, they're both great. I just love watching them. Who scores more goals in all competitions, CR7 or Lukaku? Ugh. I want to say Lukaku, but you can never vote against Cristiano Ronaldo. You can never bet against Cristiano Ronaldo. It just, he'll always get you. He'll always get you in the end. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, it's crazy that we have 15 people. I know that's silly to you guys, but it's the end of my day in London. I'm sure it's your lunch breaks now in the US. So, man, it just means the world to me to have you guys watching, chatting with me through this. And yeah, I just really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll post both of these teams on my Twitter account, but if you haven't yet, make sure to like this video so more people can find it, and subscribe to the channel if you want more USMNT and FIFA content. I'll also have a breakdown of Greg's tactics and Thomas Tuchel's tactics tonight, comparing the two and how you can solve problems during halftime. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will be back live when the web app comes out and when FIFA comes out tomorrow at so it'll be 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. my time. I will be streaming again, so make sure to come back and join me, and we will actually see how these teams do. And with that, I think we're going to call it a stream. So thank you everyone for joining.